Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to give you guys the 2021 update of Webtoon and Tapas. So I'm going to start by comparing them in these sections. Also, there has been a lot of updates from these platforms since my last video about them, and I'm just gonna update you guys about their updates. The first thing we're gonna talk about is popularity between these two platforms. Ever since my last update, I would say there hasn't been a lot of change. Although I feel like Tapas is still lacking a bit, seeing there's a lot of these romance tropes. I've seen a lot of more diverse genres on webtoons that have made it to the top. In the Canvas section, definitely I see some slice of life comics and comedy comics. They have also dominated the Canvas section. Tapas is pretty much the same as webtoons. Lately, there are more slice of life, comedy, and fantasy action kind of comics that are rising to the top. But definitely these two platforms, BL and romance, are still the most dominant genres. So next, we are going to move on to discoverability. Now, last time when I reviewed these two platforms, discoverability on Tapas is quite shit compared to webtoons, but it has improved though. One thing I forgot to mention last time in my video was that they actually Tapas has a forum dedicated to Tapas itself. So when you go on it, you will see a lot of topics where they would self-promote or talk about their favorite comics, and you can just chime in a bit and talk about what you like and whatever. It's like a whole community of comic creators. It's very helpful if you're trying to get your name out there and just socialize with other comic creators. My complaint with Tapas is that they don't actually separate their originals from their community comics. Like with webtoons, they have a separate tab where you can click. In Tapas, there is no section for this, and I feel like new readers who come into the platform, they might get a little confused. I'm really happy that both platforms are stepping up to try to push new creators who are not in the originals. Even though it's just a little shout out of just being on the front page, it really helps the comic out. It's not heavy promotion like originals, but I get it. This is good enough for me. Next, I'm going to talk about engagement. Webtoon still doesn't have the transparency that Tapas has. In Tapas you can check out your subscribers and what they all look like. There's all these insights and announcements from the platforms that are very helpful for creators. Webtoon is trying to step up. They gave us the insights, so that's helpful. You can see how many new subscribers and how many likes you receive, but that's it though. You still can't really figure out who your subscribers are. And one thing that I don't like from webtoons as well is that they don't have a notification bell where there's new updates to your comic, people liking it or commenting on it. And sometimes I can't keep up with the comments on webtoon because I would have to go out of my way to check them out. Now we move on to getting paid. So webtoon recently, they introduced this new program that's called viewer ads and ad rewards. Viewer ads is basically the same as last time. I'm still not eligible for it, so I can't really give too much info about it. Ad rewards are the same. They have a bit higher requirements for these, mainly for the US monthly page views. For getting paid on Tapas, people can donate inks to you. They also host Inksgiving, which really helps a lot of creators as well. It's a big event. Everyone joins in, chimes in to help support creators out there. So Tapas is doing really good on the paid section for the community comics, I would say. Some updates I also want to mention is that Webtoon recently bought Wattpad. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the platform. I don't use Wattpad. Definitely, I think Wattpad will have a bigger impact, whereas maybe Webtoon might just stay the same, but I feel like they're trying to go off like Tapas did, because Tapas has introduced before that they have novels and comics and they're both together in the same platform. So I'm not sure if Webtoon is trying to be like Tapas, where they also have novels and comics in the same platform. I would also like to mention that Webtoons has been thriving, I would say, because of all like their Netflix adaptation, also from like Home Sweet Home, which is like the most like popular one, and I heard like True Beauty is also getting a live action adaptation. I also saw that since my last update, Tapas has introduced a mature section. So I guess if you are a comic creator who wants to make 18 plus comics, you can venture out there for sure. So my conclusion is that in the end, it depends on what kind of comics you're creating. For instance, I have two comics, Roommates and Dear Alice. I found that Dear Alice is doing very well on Tapas because it was promoted once on Tapas in staff picks, so it gained a lot of new readers. But just that the audience there really vibe with Dear Alice. I'm not saying on Webtoons no one vibes with Dear Alice. It's just that it's slowly growing because I don't go out of my way to promote it as well. I would say it worked out on both platforms. Whereas Roommates, it started really good on Webtoons and it slowly climbs by itself, and I wouldn't have to go out of my way to promote it. Whereas it struggled a bit on Tapas at one point, but then the Tapas community, they would feature it, staff pick would pick it, and then I would gain a lot of readers from all of that. So Roommates works well in Tapas when it is promoted. So in the end, both platforms work for Roommates as well, and they have similar subscriber count. I will always tell people to go for both platforms just to see which one sticks. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe. If you like what I do, feel free to support me on Patreon. I usually post work in progress, illustration downloads, and I also do behind the scenes and shoutouts. Or you can also support me on Ko-fi. Feel free to check out my comics, links in the description. And till then, I shall see you in the next video. See ya!